Detachment. This has been coming up in my spirit lately because I have been praying for clarity, praying for guidance on my next goals, just the next chapter of my life, what that looks like, what do I need to do now. And as I've prayed for these things throughout the week, I found myself grieving. I found myself grieving on old relationship dynamics. I found myself grieving old patterns, old hobbies, and habits. And what came out for me was mostly resistance. Sometimes that's what grieving might look like. It might look like resistance of not wanting to truly surrender and letting go of things that no longer serves you. And when you think about it, that's what you prayed for. You prayed for guidance and clarity. You prayed to be released from anything that's not in alignment with God's will for your life. And when you make these prayers, you have to be aware of there's going to be changes. Like I've noticed changes in different circumstances. Like, of course, like the pattern of my mindset, the relationship dynamics, some conflicts here and there. They're just, you notice changes that's happening. And if you're not aware of your prayer that you prayed, and when you're not spiritually mature enough to realize that that is God answering your prayer, it can feel overwhelming to your psyche because you feel like you're losing something versus the mindset of you're making room, that you're growing, you're stretching. And that's where detachment comes in. Detachment means that you have to release control. You have to be release the control of knowing how things are going to happen, or just release the control of the outcomes in general, because we never know the how of how God will answer our prayers. We don't know the how. We just know that if it's in alignment with His will, that it will happen. And we cannot dictate how God will do that. And this is something I had to really, I'm consistently working on this, of releasing control and letting God do what God does best. Because obviously I need help. If I didn't need help, why would I ask Him to intervene? Why would I ask Him for guidance if I had everything under control? If I can make all the moves on my own? Obviously I can't. And so when you think about it that way, that you can't do it on your own, that you need guidance and that you need clarity and you need assistance. So you have to surrender how you're about to get those assistance and guidance, because it might be uncomfortable. The truth is, yes, it will be uncomfortable because you're breaking out of your comfort zone. You're going towards something that's unknown, that you haven't been, you are being prepared spiritually and emotionally, because obviously you asked for the guidance, you prayed for the strength. And so God is strengthening you when you can't see what's on the other side. He's preparing you so that once you actually have clarity on the vision and you see the way He's working in your life, you see that, then that's when you know that He has fully equipped you to be there. But the process of it will feel uncomfortable, will feel confusing, will feel like a grieving state, like something is just coming out of you. Something is going out of your control, something, it just feels uncomfortable. And that is literally the state of detachment, because at the end of the day, we cannot be attached to relationships. We cannot be attached to materialistic stuff. We cannot be attached to hobbies and habits. All these things are temporary, especially when you look at God as the bigger picture, when you look at God as your guiding compass to lead you to His will. Then everything that you think you have, that you think that you need, you have to detach it from it all, because if something is meant for you, then it'll always come back to you. It will never get disrupted. So if you find yourself grieving relationship dynamics, it could be relationships, it could be materialistic stuff, it could be a job, it could be whatever it is. If you feel yourself grieving because you feel like you're losing it, that you have to hold on to it tight because you don't want it to change or you don't want to lose it, then that's clear. That's your sign that it has a hold over you, that the power of God within you is not higher than the hold the outside world has on you. And that's what God's made clear to me, to detach, to just trust Him, to have faith in His will for my life, because it is what I want. That is what I've been praying for Him to guide me, to lead me in all areas of my life, and for Him to help me grow, to become more in alignment for His will for my life. And because I asked for that, I have to release all control and surrender to His will, however way that may look like. It doesn't matter because I prayed for it. So, dear